What's going on, my good people? Mike Hidalgo here. Thank you for joining us on another FCP Euro DIY. Today we're going to be working on a 2018 BMW M4 F82. Today on the M4 behind me, we're going to be covering how to replace your cabin air filter. This will be applicable to all your F8X models. And to learn a little bit more about why these are so important, be sure to click the link in the description below where our very own Ben Morawski takes you into the deep dive of the cabin air filter world and their filtration properties. But really, we recommend you do this every 2 years or 30,000 miles, and in extreme cases, every 15,000 miles. In front of us, we have a Corteco Micron Blue cabin air filter that we're going to be installing. This is the highest level of cabin air filter you can source. It has a microbial element to it, which makes it a little bit more elevated than standard charcoal filter. So we're going to go with that today for our M4. But before we get started on this DIY, let's take a look at some of the tools we're going to need for this job. For this job, you're going to need a 10mm socket and a T20. We're going to be using a combination of both a 1/4 inch and 3/8 drive electric ratchet, along with a couple extensions and a flashlight, as it's going to be a bit dark under there. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. All right, my good people, we are over in the passenger side of the F82. We're underneath the glove box. To get started on removing this upper panel, we have two 10mm nuts to remove. So we're going to go ahead and zap those out first. There's two. And starting at the right-hand corner, we can work on popping this down. There's just a couple clips that hold it up. As we bring it down, we have some electrical to deal with. We have our cigarette lighter. This just pulls straight back. And then as we pull this down, we have an interior light. We just pull the connector off from the back. And we can pull this panel off to the side. Following that, we have our cover under here for our actual filter, and that would be this banana-shaped black plastic cover. It's held in by two T20s. We're going to go ahead and zap those out next, and that'll give us access to our filter. As we zap it out, we want to pay attention to the orientation of the filter. There should be an arrow on there showing which way the airflow goes. We'll make sure to install our new filter the same way. And with that out of the way, we have a couple clips on the end that hold this in place as well. Just extra insurance. Pull those down, and we can leave that hanging to the side. And then we'll pull our filter down. We can see the arrow here pointing down to airflow going towards the front of the car, if you will. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that our new Corteco unit goes in the same way. Now we're going to go ahead and install our new filter, curving it a bit to fit into our banana-shaped housing here. We can feed our cover back up. Just a couple dowels coming at the bottom to help line it up back into place. Then we'll get our two T30 started by hand. Then we'll just gently snug those up as they're going back into plastic. As we feed it in, we're going to plug in our lighting first, and then our cigarette lighter. We're going to make sure our tabs line up for our clips. We have one right there. We have one right over here. Then we can reinstall our two 10mm nuts. And then we'll snug them up using the electric ratchet. And with that, my good people, that is going to conclude this DIY for today. Overall, a really easy and straightforward job on the F8X chassis, but a super important one as it affects your health. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments on what we did today, leave those in the comment section below. And if you like this DIY and you want to see more like them, please consider subscribing. We make new ones all the time. As always, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.